Yeah. Is that the boss in the room already? This is going to be good. You want to share this out. Let's let everyone join. It's officially 6:30. Welcome to City Hall Park. Good to see you, Nigel. Welcome. Good to see you, Dawn. Beautiful, but fantastic. Looks fantastic. Good. We should have a strong signal. Good to see you, Cecilia. Welcome. You guys ready to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge? Nebul, bienvenue. Everyone follow Nebul. Fantastic YouTuber out there in the south of France. Good to see you, Pookie. Good to see you, Tracy. What a beautiful view indeed. We're about to walk over the 136-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. That's right. You guys ready for this? Give it a few more minutes here. Let's let everyone tune on in. Share this out with your friends. This is a live stream you want to share out. And don't forget to hit that like button. Let the 3 people who always dislike my videos know that you like my videos. And let the algorithm know that you like what you're watching. Susan Grant, hello, welcome. We're looking at the municipal building right there. Here in City Hall Park. And then amongst the trees straight ahead is City Hall itself. A beautiful day indeed. 99 in Kentucky right now. I hope you're in the air conditioner with a nice cold beer. But welcome on into the show. One of my favorite days of the year. Oh, this is going to be the walkabout. It's going to be the walkabout to do all walkabouts. Good to see you, Blondie. Welcome. You're more than well. I have to do this. This is my office, and it's my office's birthday. I did see somebody on the other app do a quite rudimentary live stream from the bridge today. So I have to do it right for you guys if you did catch that kind of lackluster broadcast. But let's make our way out onto my office. Yeah, good. You're in the AC with the beer. Good. This is the kind of live stream you want to have a beer. It's be a nice long live stream here. Probably maybe close to about 2 hours, 90 minutes. We will walk all the way across the bridge today. And we will hopefully time out everything just in time for sunset. Yeah, I was wasting time on the other app. I wanted to see if anyone was doing anything for the Brooklyn Bridge. Good to see you there, Phantom. Welcome. Oh, you like that's actually a rather new wrought iron fence. It's actually a rather new one. And I gotta keep the. We already have some in real life jagaloons on the live stream already screaming he's live. Very good. You have never been on the Brooklyn Bridge live, but we're going to go on the Brooklyn Bridge. This fence here is not that old, not that historic. Actually, I believe it was placed there in the 90s. So it's not that historic. The historic fence that you want to talk about, that you want to see, is the fence that goes around a Bowling Green. That's a park at the southern end of the beginning, if you will, of Broadway, on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. That was a fence that was meant to keep the statue of King George III safe, but it did not do that. But on this day, 136 years ago, the Brooklyn Bridge officially opens up. Earlier this week, on the 21st of May, Emily Warren Roebling, the person who I think really builds the Brooklyn Bridge, she rides over the bridge. She's the first ceremonial person to ride over the bridge. She rides over the bridge in an open silver and white carriage, and she was cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. Good to see you there, Lorenzo. Welcome. Yeah, we're not in Brooklyn. We are in Manhattan. That is the city municipal building right there. We are on the Manhattan side. We're going to end on the Brooklyn side. Will, it's good to see you. This is the city municipal building. This is where all the members of city council, county clerks, sanitation, All the major agencies have their offices here in this municipal building. And then in front of us over here is the records building right over there, the Hall of Records building. And looks like I'm gonna have to level out the gimbal just a little bit. And then of course, back over here, the Tweed Courthouse. Let me level out this gimbal a little bit more here. So it's gonna get a little shaky for a second. Ta-da. And let's flip the camera on to me. Welcome. Hopefully we don't get more people screaming out, he's live. It is pretty, right? All right, there we go. There we go. Good to see you, Chrissy. Welcome. All right, so I'll tell you some of the first things about the Brooklyn Bridge before we begin to climb it. Every day, 91,000 people cross the Brooklyn Bridge. That's something like almost 22 million a year. If you don't pay attention, you'll end up like these cyclists here who are on the roadway. You have to pay attention to street signs. And these two people clearly did not pay attention to any street signs. Luckily for them, there's traffic over the bridge. But when they completed those two towers in the summer of 1875, those were the tallest man-made structures on the North American continent. They held that title for nearly 40 years. To give you an idea, the closest tower to us, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge, the week that was completed, General Custer lost at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Gives you an idea of what kind of era it was in. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Yep, 91,000. 91,000. But let's begin to walk onto it, and I'll begin to rattle off some more facts. And then when we get right into the middle of the bridge, I will tell you how the bridge was built. And we will probably stand on a bench or something like that. It's an amazing story. As you see, the bridge is absolutely packed with people. See that guy standing on the thing? Don't do that. Don't stand on the thing. A cop could give you a ticket for that. But when the bridge opens up on May 24th, 1883, electricity is commercially available for about 2 weeks. It was the first bridge in the world to be electrified with Thomas Edison's electric light bulb, the first bridge to be made of steel. And you can get a ticket for it. You cannot climb infrastructure, folks. You cannot climb infrastructure. So you come to New York, do not climb infrastructure, because you're not supposed to do that. All right. Let's see how many Darwin Awards we give out today. Welcome to the Brooklyn Bridge. Designed by John Augustus Roebling. John A. Roebling came over here for the Wallvillage of Mulhausen, Germany, to resolve his destiny in all that space, as they once said. As one of his favorite professors once said. These vendors here create such a dangerous situation here. I cannot emphasize enough what of a dangerous situation is created by the vendors on the bridge. Edward Yee, hello, and 80s music fan, welcome. Now, I know this guy, watch this. Ice cold water, $1, $1.
Hey, you got all right.
See, this is too big right here. This is crazy. This is taking up the whole pedestrian pathway, and I gotta watch my back. We're trying to ban the vendors, but unfortunately, what's happening is that they have found a gray area to set up in. So technically, this little space here is patrolled by One Police Plaza, and basically they're the ones who let them on the bridge. But this, as you see, creates a pretty dangerous situation here. But John Augustus Roebling came over here from the Wallvillage of Mulhausen, Germany, to resolve his destiny in all that space. Came over here in the 1820s. Even as a teenager in his young 20s, John Augustus Roebling always found the suspension bridge form. He was fascinated with the suspension bridge form. He saw it as an equilibrium from the old world to this new modern world that was beginning to emerge. When John Roebling comes over here from Germany, he he founds an agrarian farming community in western Pennsylvania called Saxonburg. In Saxonburg, he gives birth to his son, Washington Roebling. Washington Roebling, his favorite apprentice. But Saxonburg was along the Beaver Canal. And John Roebling on a regular basis will notice that the hemp ropes that were pulling the barges up and down the canal, they would regularly snap and break, killing and maiming people in the process. So John Roebling devises a method to twine steel cable around a hemp rope. He starts one of the first steel wire manufacturing companies here in the United States. It makes him immensely rich, and it saves him from the drudgery of the farm. And you do need a permit, but they just set up here because they found a weird gray area. Kind of sunny, kind of sunny. I'll see you later, Wilbs. Everyone follow Joey Brooklyn. Do me a favor, follow Joey Brooklyn. He's a fantastic YouTuber from right here in Brooklyn. In South Brooklyn, to be exact. Good to see you, Joey. We are here celebrating the Brooklyn Bridge. It's impeding the pedestrians. It's forcing the pedestrians to go into the bike lane. And that's the main problem with the vendors at the bottom of the bridge. And believe me, I have wrote many a letter to the DOT, and they keep on referring me to One Police Plaza. So anyway, we're past the International Selfie Stick Zone. We're now making our way up the ramp. This ramp was reprofiled in 1989 to make it wheelchair accessible. So there's no steps. But if you want to watch a movie, tonight's movie to watch is It Happened in Brooklyn from 1947, starring a very young Frank Sinatra. The first thing Frankie has to see is this beautiful bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. He climbs out onto the bridge, and you will notice that when he gets to the towers of the bridge, there are a few steps. Those steps are no longer there. Yes, it's wheelchair accessible. Up until 1989, there were a few sets of steps here on the bridge. Those are now long gone. So how long does it take to cross the bridge with people? Well, it all depends on how you're getting over the bridge. We will be crossing the bridge completely. But see, a big problem is people.
Town Road, yes, that's it.
Is people just stopping on the road walkway. That's what kind of annoys me. Want to take your scooter there? Yeah. Do it in the morning. Yes, the peak season begins today from Memorial Day weekend all the way till October. It's peak tourist season. But there were days like this in January and December when it was freezing cold. There were days like this too, where the bridge was just packed full of people. Yeah, she's a demon in her chair. Good. I've seen somebody get very injured by hitting a motorized wheelchair. Good to see you, Norm, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Welcome. And the drunken demon, welcome. We're about to walk onto the superstructure of the Brooklyn Bridge. It's February 1855. John Roebling with his son Washington are standing in Fulton Ferry Landing, and they're taking the ferry from Brooklyn to Lower Manhattan. Now, normally this will take 20 minutes, 15 minutes. But on this day in February 1855, because the river was so full of ice, it took them nearly 2 hours to cross the river. At that point, this bridge becomes John Roebling's overwhelming obsession. In 1867, the cities of New York and Brooklyn finally get their act together, and they commissioned the New York and Brooklyn Bridge Company, and they award John Roebling and Sons the contract to build the Brooklyn Bridge. When John Roebling hears of this news, he writes up all the plans, draws up all the plans, estimates cost in just 3 months. Kind of amazing. After that, The city still had to get some money together, still had to get some capital together to build the bridge. So construction officially begins in August 1869. We gotta steer clear of this music here. We gotta steer clear of this music. People playing copyright music on the bridge. I gotta stay ahead of them. Oh yeah, when they run over your feet, that hurts. When they run over your feet, that definitely hurts. Here's another obstruction that's on the bridge every day. The cop in the boxes. I wonder how many people know what day it is. This is the $1 million question. I wonder if they know. I wonder if they know. And we're gonna get ahead of this music here because we already have our first people who want a free tour. So I gotta keep moving and stay away from the music. Yeah, they're always every day, Tracy. Now see, this is the spot where nobody should stop, but everyone does stop. It's a very narrow spot here on the walkway. The walkway narrows down to about 10 feet here. And then people begin to climb on these fences here. These fences were placed here to prevent people, These fences were placed here to prevent people from climbing on the bridge. But as you see, everyone likes to stop right here in the middle, where it's the most narrow. And pro tip, it's not a good picture. It's not a good picture. All right. Bloody hell. Everyday people are really dumb on the bridge. We're gonna very cautiously walk in the bike lane here. Yeah, that's how these people consistently pick like the worst place to stop. Yes, padlocks are forbidden on the bridge. I'll show you one of those signs. It's $100 fine. And I have seen it enforced. This is the same area riding my bike right over there. To the left-hand side is the bike lane. This pathway is only about 10 to 16 feet wide. So, as you see, it gets pretty nuts on here. See this tower right here? When they were building the foundation for these towers, for the Brooklyn Bridge, they found out that they would have to dig down to the appalling depth of 107 feet below river bottom. When the engineers heard about this, they were like, whoa, how many people are gonna die building the foundation for this tower? So Washington Roebling, the chief architect and engineer, took a huge gamble. And I quote, "I find this strata of sand perfectly suitable for a foundation for my Manhattan Tower. I'm quite confident it has not shifted in several million years," and he was correct. So to this day, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge does not rest on bedrock, but on sand.
Through the idea.
Yeah, stupid people every day. Lots of Darwin Awards given every day. You know, it is what it is. Well, let's get to the middle. On sand. It's roughly 13 feet short of bedrock, and it hasn't moved at all. The sand was so compact when they kept on digging down. The sand was as hard as concrete. In some cases, they actually used black powder to break up some of that sand. Oh, look at this crazy crowd. They thought there was just sand at the bottom of the river here, but no, there's boulders and rocks and stuff. So for every month they estimated to do excavation work, 5 months were needed to do the same amount of work. The foundations for these two towers was by far the hardest part of the entire bridge's construction. Bloody hell, why is everyone stopping? Bloody hell. All right. Oh, this is a stable bridge. This bridge is over-engineered 6 times. Absolutely gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous day. Perfect day to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, especially on her birthday. Here's one of the signs. And we got a cyclist coming over here, so we'll do this quick. But no locks on the bridge, folks. No locks on the bridge. Keep moving. To keep moving, because now we're gonna act crazy once we get to the middle of the bridge. So I have seen that fine enforced, and now the new thing is people like to draw on the bridge. Do not draw on my bridge. Do not come here with a marker and begin to tag up my bridge. I do not go to your country and begin to tag up bridges, your bridges. Good to see you, Griff. And as you see, this woman here walking on the superstructure, that is punishable by up to a $1,500 fine. Once you put your feet on the superstructure, you're committing a felony. And I have seen people almost fall into the roadway standing up on the bridge like that. It used to never be like this, and this is kind of very chaotic with all the selling going on up here on the bridge. Awful lot of selling going on. Yeah, stupidity at its finest. But wait until we turn around here. We're going to turn around and we're going to get that unbelievable view here of the bridge. Yes, I went right past the expansion joint. Look at that view. Look at that sky. Unbelievable. All right. Here's my expansion joint. All right. Boom, we have made it. Any new graffiti up here? No. Yay! Look at that. Are we back? Oh, did we lose signal for a second there? Are we back, guys? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I think we're good. I think we're good. Comment, please. But there's your view right there. We are here at the very middle now of the bridge. I'm back, baby. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know what? You know what I recommend, boss? Come out here at sunrise. Watch sunrise from here, up here on the bridge. Sunrise from here on the Brooklyn Bridge is probably one of the best things you could do, and it's absolutely free. And I guarantee you, you will get all the pictures you want. We're back. Awesome. That was shot on the Verrazano Bridge, but there was a scene where they drove over the Brooklyn Bridge. They want to make the walkway wider. When the bridge first opened up, there was actually a walkway going over this side here and over the other side over here, and they got rid of those sometime in the 30s. I think they should bring those back. But sunrise is amazing here on the bridge. But we're here at the expansion joint. This gives you an idea of how much the bridge moves. Like I said, the bridge is over-engineered 6 times because they really had no idea what the effect of the winds were going to be and the expansion and the contraction depending on summertime versus the wintertime. You hear me? Beautiful. You might want to hit that live button. Make sure that the delay seems to be a little bit long with some of you guys, so hit that live button or refresh the page to make sure that the latency is nice and low here on your comments. But we're looking down towards, of course, the Statue of Liberty right down there, the Liberty enlightening the world. The 7 points in her crown are for the 7 seas and 7 continents of the world. If you get 2 pennies together, that is how thick her skin is. Pretty amazing. But it is nice out here. Let's keep on going. We're already coming up to 7 o'clock already. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the signal's a little weird because somebody must have a pocket Wi-Fi near me, so I'm going to keep moving here. We're going just in and out of the signal over there. Wow, it's chaotic up here right now. It is super chaotic. Oh yeah. So it's roughly 12 feet lower in the summertime than it is in the wintertime. But that's on average for all New York City bridges. Probably the only time you feel the bridge move is when like a large fire truck the bridge. Then you feel the bridge bounce ever so slightly. But other than that, you really don't feel the bridge move. But yes, the bridge is over-engineered 6 times. So this thing ain't going anywhere. As we walk towards the Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. But all bridges move that much. All bridges are dynamic structures, so thus they have to move, especially suspension bridges. What made a Roebling Bridge special was that, the steel cables of a Roebling Bridge gave it its strength and its beauty. And this bridge was built in an era when one out of every 4 suspension bridges failed. 2 pennies, that is how thick her skin is. That is how thick the Statue of Liberty skin is. You guys are really delayed, so you might want to refresh the page. You might want to refresh the page. But the bridge doesn't move around so much that you feel it. Like I said, you might feel the bridge bounce a little bit if a fire truck goes over the bridge, but that's about it. Like, I am not feeling the bridge move at all right now, considering it's covered in all these people. But 2 pennies, that is how thick the Statue of Liberty's skin is. It sounds like we have a Fly Nyan helicopter directly above us. Yeah, refresh the page. I think some of you guys are lagging behind just a bit. I do have the comments on the latency on ultra low, so I'm thinking that should work. Let's see. We're coming up to my plaque. We're coming up to my favorite plaque here. This is where I can tell you the story of the bridge. Ah, the sounds of the city. You gotta love it. It might be Phantom. It might be. All right. Story time, guys. If I miss a comment in there, because I'll answer your comments after I tell you the story. Can you read that? Can you guys see this? These are the 3 main people. Without these 3 people, we would not have the Brooklyn Bridge today. We started with John Augustus Roebling. Came over here in the 1820s to resolve his destiny in all that space. Like I said, when he finds out he wins a contract to build the Brooklyn Bridge in 1867, he draws up all the plans of the bridge in just 3 months. And then after the Civil War, his son, Washington Roebling, came over here to join his father, John, in building the bridge. His son was his favorite apprentice, his favorite assistant, if you will. And like I said, in February 1855, they take the ferry over. It takes them 2 hours, and then this bridge becomes his obsession. But let's fast forward. August 1869. John Roebling with his son Washington are directly beneath me at Fulton Ferry Landing, and they're doing survey work. They're basically figuring out where the towers were going to go and where the anchorages were going to be. And John Roebling and his son were standing right at the foot of the pier dock, the ferry pier. It's called the Rack. And that's where the ferry boat actually comes in and docks. And what happened was, unfortunately for John Roebling, his foot falls through a broken wooden plank. His foot gets stuck in the pier. And then a ferry boat comes in and crushes his foot. John Augustus Roebling was a hydropathist. He believed that water cured everything. Against the wishes of his son Washington, who quickly dispatched a doctor, his son's like, "Dad, you got to amputate your foot. You got to die of gangrene." His father is like, "No, water will cure me." And he proceeds to cure himself by drinking mineral water and pouring ice cold water on his open wound. Then the son is assumed all the responsibilities of building his father's bridge. So I like to say John Roebling designs the bridge, but Washington Roebling places the bridge where it's at today. So, now Washington Roebling is assumed all the responsibilities of his father. Nothing was really set in stone at the time when his father died, and he was all of just 32 years of age. But like I said, the hardest part of this entire bridge's construction was the foundations for these towers here. Just 8 months into the bridge's construction, Washington Roebling is nearly killed. He is working in the caisson for this very tower right here, for the Brooklyn Tower. Remember that the electricity wasn't invented yet, so your only source of electricity were these calcium torches that gave off a rotten egg smell while the rest of the caisson lied in darkness. It was not a fun place. It was full of compressed air. It was a terrible place to work. It was said that Washington Roebling was the only person to keep his head on straight in these truly terrifying conditions. But 8 months into the bridge's construction, Washington Roebling is nearly killed. He is paralyzed from the waist down. And then for the next 12 and a half years, he manages the bridge's construction from his bedroom window in Brooklyn Heights. So who really builds the Brooklyn Bridge? Emily Warren Roebling. Now, Washington met Emily at an officers' ball just after the Battle of Gettysburg. Emily was the sister of the general that Washington served under. They got along really, really well. They were like a power couple, if you will. But when Washington Roebling came down with the bends, back then called Caisson's disease, Emily Warren stepped in and took his place. At first, she did simple dictation here on the job, but then over the years, she became fluent in advanced mathematics and architecture and engineering. So I like to say she is the one who really builds the Brooklyn Bridge. She is also the first person to cross over the bridge on May 21st, 1883. She crosses over the bridge in a silver and white carriage, and she's cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. But you always have to remember something at all times, especially when you're living your life every day. On the back of every great work, we can find the self-sacrificing devotion of a woman. Oh yeah, Miss Emily Warren Roebling. Let's keep moving because we don't want to give anyone more free tours here. Let's keep moving. We got to catch this sunset now. Let's catch this sunset. Let's get into Brooklyn and catch this sunset. As we have lots of traffic here on the bridge. On my way out here, there was a car fire here on the bridge. And yes, people just la-di-dying, as I like to call it. La-di-dying, walking wherever they want to walk. Let's stop really quick here. Take this in and out of cell phone. There we go, we're back. Refresh the page if you can, guys. Because we just went into a little dark zone right there. Bloody hell. People gotta stop using their selfie sticks to get through crowds. I'm gonna break somebody's phone if people keep doing that crap. Don't use phones on selfie sticks to make your way through a crowd, folks. But you might need to refresh the page. I think, did we lose comments? Signal a little bit weird up there. Signal a little bit weird up there. But it looks like we're back. Two weeks after the bridge opens up, the bridge has its first major tragedy. If you can imagine, when this bridge opens up in 1883, you were never this high above the water before. A 6-story building was considered tall at the time. So it was a thrill just to walk on this bridge. So 2 weeks after the bridge opens up, somebody screams, "Oh my God, a cable snapped." A cable does not snap, but it causes a massive stampede and 12 people die on the Brooklyn side trying to get off the bridge. For the next year, the bridge is virtually empty, except for people who knew how strong the bridge was and commerce. People still had to make their money crossing the bridge. And do you guys have me? Let me know if you guys lost me. Let me know if you guys lost me. Let's see, you guys have me? Do you guys have me or what? Nope. Someone has a pocket Wi-Fi. Let me know if you guys lost me. Let me know if you guys have me. Let me know if you guys have me. Let me know if I'm back, guys. Looks like we may have lost comments. All right. All right. You guys might have lost me here. We're gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna restart the stream, and I'll be right back. It only end the session. I can't. Okay. That's right, we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back, guys? Yeah, I got the comments back. Are we good now? Back, good. So did everyone come on back? Signal a little weird up there today. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, the signal's definitely a little bit weird up here. A lot of people have pocket Wi-Fis, I think. This is a big no-no. You do not want to set up a tripod here on the bridge at this hour, because what could happen is that a cyclist could go into the tripod and really destroy your camera and destroy you in the process. So, no tripods on the bridge, especially at this hour. Do it in the morning. Do it early in the morning. Looking good. Beautiful. Yeah, the signal's totally weird. We got to get off the bridge and just admire the bridge from the ground. It seems like. Okay. Nobody watching where they're walking. It's crazy up here. I gotta get off this bridge. Yeah, I know a lot of tourists now have pocket Wi-Fis now. So, and what happens with the pocket Wi-Fi is that when I get near them, it zaps the signal completely. So, I gotta stay far away from the people with pocket Wi-Fis. Yeah, but I lost the comments. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured. And if I'm buffering, restart the stream. You're back, Lorenzo. Awesome. If I cut my Wi-Fi, if my pocket Wi-Fi, what? Did the pocket Wi-Fi still interfere? Yes. My Wi-Fi is shut off. My Wi-Fi is shut off. Just by practice, I keep the Wi-Fi shut off. Now we might get a weird signal again, because what we're going to do is we're going to walk through those steps here. We're going to walk down the steps where 12 people died in the Great Stampede 2 weeks after the bridge opens up. But who instills confidence back into the Brooklyn Bridge? Well, the greatest showman, Mr. P.T. Barnum. You're not late. Good to see you, Chris. Yeah. But Mr. P.T. Barnum, 1 year after the bridge opens up in May 1884, Mr. P.T. Barnum, he marches 21 elephants and 10 dromedaries over the bridge. So what is a pocket Wi-Fi? Pocket Wi-Fi is if you do not have cell phone data service here in the United States, you get yourself a pocket Wi-Fi so you can have yourself internet access. I love that elephant story. There's literally I think 2 pictures of it. Jumbo, the biggest elephant of the whole lot, he brought up the rear. Jumbo was he was famous. He was such a famous elephant. And he was the last one to bring up the rear. And the key thing about the marching of the elephants over the Brooklyn Bridge was that they crossed over the bridge in lockstep. So they thought that the waves of energy that the elephants would produce would make the bridge shake and rock, and and all that. He was a true leader, absolutely. All right, so now the signal may get a little weird again because we're gonna get squashed in with all these other tourists over here going down the steps. Just gotta make sure a bike isn't barreling down the bike lane. Yeah, the story is great. A lot of people, it's a very mixed bag when it comes to circus in general, for whether it be the freak show aspect or the elephants and animals aspect of it. It seems like the circus culture has taken a bit of a hit over the last few years, because of course nobody wants to see tigers jumping through flaming hoops and all that, and elephants diving off of diving boards, and the things we did to animals was so miserable back in the day. Exactly, I hear that, Tracy. We're coming up on the anniversary. I think it's this week. Was Topsy the elephant out in Coney Island. Topsy the elephant was electrocuted for Luna Park, for the original Luna Park, as a bit of a stunt to prove how powerful Thomas Edison's alternating current was. So they used one of the first outdoor motion picture cameras to show the film of poor old Topsy being electrocuted. We are very close to the St. George Hotel. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, we're sick to the animals. Yeah, last week of May. Yep, right there where we walked through the stairs. And those stairs have not been altered or changed since 1883. So as one person put it, they saw legs and limbs contorting many different shapes and ways, and people turning purple. And another account from underneath the bridge noted that they saw began to rain hats and parasols. Oh, thank you so much, Sonny. But yeah, this is where the people passed away, right through that stairway right there. We're now entering the neighborhood of Dumbo, and we're going to go to one of the most picturesque spots here in Dumbo, and then we're going to make our way out underneath the bridge to Fulton Ferry Landing, where we will catch our sunset today. It's going to be a Brooklyn Bridge sunset. Oh yeah, I know, yeah. Topsy the elephant was pretty bad with Topsy, because that was done for a publicity stunt by the Edison Electrical Company, because Luna Park, the original Luna Park, was going to be like this massive, one of these first big attractions where it was all electric light, and it was a big deal. Thank you so much, Chris. Good to see you. But now we are in Dumbo. This is a neighborhood in Brooklyn called Dumbo. Dumbo is short for Down Under Manhattan Bridge Overpass. Yeah, it had nothing to do with Disney, no. Of course I know my way around. You get to see a really awesome screenshot coming up. So if you guys are taking screenshots, don't forget to tweet them at me, at Dutch Maz, and I will retweet you. Well, we're going to go now to one of the most Instagrammed intersections in all of New York City, the intersection of Water and Washington Streets. And we're going to see everyone standing in the middle of the streets, dodging the cars. Yeah, you may want to refresh. I don't know. I do not know what you're referring to, Sonny. You're a little bit back. Refresh the page so that the delay isn't too long. All right. We are here. Water and Washington Streets. Let's walk in the street. Oh yeah, it's the most. Why is this the most photographed intersection? Because I'm going to show you why. Watch. Look at this. You're going to like this picture. You've seen this picture in many movies. Probably the most famous movie is Once Upon a Time in America. You're about to see where they filmed the opening scene of that movie. It's also the picture they had on the movie poster. Great movie. Once Upon a Time in America. It's about the Jewish mafia at the turn of the century. But here we go. Here is why everyone comes here to take pictures. Look at that. There it is. There it is. There's the Manhattan Bridge. Looking fantastic. Got really great light on it right now. My goodness. Got fantastic light on it. And if you look right through the bridge, there's your Empire State Building right there. There's the Empire State Building right there in the middle of the shot. Right there. Isn't that amazing? So the red brick buildings date back to the 1880s and 1890s. The Manhattan Bridge was completed in 1909 and the Empire State Building in 1931. I think they did use it in War of the Worlds, actually. Yes, I think they did. And of course, these two vehicles are illegally parked right here in this no standing zone. Isn't that amazing? And this is funny. This is always funny when people the motorist here is being way too polite. Let's see the drama going on here. You can't get the shot like that with the Brooklyn Bridge, but it's on a weird side street, like one of these kind of side streets over here. We'll have to go a few blocks over. But this is always funny when people forget this is an active street. And luckily these drivers that are driving around here right now are being somewhat polite. But this is the iconic shot that you get from the Manhattan Bridge right here. This is the shot that everybody thinks about when they think of this shot here. And as you see, it is very popular, even when SUVs are coming up the street here. It doesn't help that there's like a Chevrolet commercial. There's some kind of commercial for an SUV that shows an SUV barreling up this very street here. But now we're going to turn the corner and we're going to see our Brooklyn Bridge once again. Of course, that's why you don't own a car. That's why owning a car is not fun here in New York, because of alternate side of the street parking. It was a great episode of Odd Couple, if you guys remember that. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Take a screenshot, tweet it at me at Dutch Maz, and I will retweet you. All right, let's walk into Brooklyn Bridge Park now and get some sunset views now. Here comes our sunset special now. We're gonna go into Brooklyn Bridge Park at Jane's Carousel coming up next. Oh yeah. Looking good, right? Wait until we come out. This is the part on my bicycle tour. If you ever come on my bicycle tour, we pretty much do this route that I'm doing right now, except for doing the Brooklyn Bridge first. We did the Brooklyn Bridge second. But when we come off the Manhattan Bridge and come through Dumbo, we make the turn right here where that van is up ahead. And you get to see this amazing vista. You're more than welcome, Blondie. Here we come into Brooklyn Bridge Park. Here comes the money shot, everybody. Here comes the money shot. Looks like the bridge, it looks like the park is packed, full of people. The tobacco warehouses on the left-hand side. These buildings date back to the 1860s. Okay, awesome. It's okay. It's the Manhattan Bridge, but it's on a Brooklyn Bridge walking tour. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Doesn't get more New York than this. It does not get more New York than this. There's our beautiful Brooklyn Bridge coming back into the shot. With Jane's Carousel right there at the bottom. How's that, guys? Is that enough New York for you? Is that enough New York from you? We're now officially we are in Brooklyn. We are on the Brooklyn side of the East River right now. As we walk, got to come up on sugarcane here. Yeah, very pretty, right, Phantom? And we have my favorite art piece has returned to Dumbo. And the weather is beautiful. Here's one of my favorite art pieces by Tom Fruin. Colorful House has returned back to Dumbo. Look at everyone taking their Instagram inside the Colorful House. So this used to be on the field in front of the Brooklyn Bridge. But here is our Colorful House. As you see, a lovely spot to take an Instagram in when there's not a million people in there. Let's continue on. There's our Manhattan Bridge with the ugly tall, 82-story tall tower there, residential tower. And let's walk over to where we always Instagram live from on my tour. Let's go to my spot that you always see if you guys follow me on the Instagrams. If you can imagine riding a bike through here, and this is your first time seeing New York, people always get a little emotional. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tracy. Here is our Jane's Carousel. Hurricane Sandy survivor, Jane's Carousel. Yes, indeedy do. And then we come out, look out onto my bridge. There it is. We got great, fantastic light today. I tell you what. And then voila. And we got here right on time. We got here right on time. We got here right when the sun goes behind the skyline. It was a pretty scary place to ride at during Hurricane Sandy, but if you could imagine, there was a photographer who I have to say was pretty nuts to climb onto the Manhattan Bridge during the height of the storm. And if you can imagine, he took a picture from the Manhattan Bridge looking down onto the carousel right here. Directly underneath the carousel, there's an emergency electrical generator. And if you can imagine, there was 3 feet of water right here. So basically the carousel was completely surrounded by water. And the carousel was lit up, even though all of Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge was all under blackout. But it does not get more New York than this. Everyone is out, enjoying themselves. This is New York. This is New York in the springtime. Right? Stunning, right? You're more than welcome, guys. Let's actually make our way around to Fulton Ferry Landing. We'll hang out at Fulton Ferry. Look at these lights here. Look at this light here coming off. Back in a weird signal area, it looks like again. There we go. Ah, my beautiful Brooklyn Bridge. I would give anything to be here 136 years ago for the fireworks show. There was a fireworks show where nearly 13.5 tons of fireworks were released in a fireworks show that lasted nearly 3 hours. From what I hear of the fireworks show, it was chaotic, it was dangerous, but it was absolutely beautiful. All right, let's walk over to Fulton Ferry Landing because this signal is so weird over here. This signal is so weird. You guys got me? You guys got me? Signals coming in and out. Let me know if you got me. Did I lose comments? I hope I didn't lose comments again. Oh, I hope I didn't lose comments again. Might have to down raise you guys to 1,000. Yeah, you guys probably still have me, but I can't see your comments. Let me down-res you guys to 1,000 here and see if anything happens. Look at this whole big group of people just not moving. Bloody hell. All right. It looks like we may have lost signal again, comments again. It's a little annoying. So that means I have to start up the broadcast again. And let me get to a little spot here, and then I'm gonna restart. Bloody hell. Walking over now to Fulton Ferry Landing, passing in front of the River Cafe. If you ever seen the movie not Trading Places, for Welcome to America. Welcome to America. And remember the Prince Hakeem gives the Duke and Duke some money in a paper bag. That happens right here. And then the Duke and Duke say, "We're back." We're back. All right, we have definitely lost comments again. I cannot see your comments. So what I'm gonna do right now is get to a spot where we could see our sunset, and I'm gonna restart it. So hang on in there, folks, because I am gonna play with the stream a little bit here. Yes. All right, guys, I will be right back. Gotta restart the stream so we can get your comments back. Hang on in there, folks. Nah, don't gossip about me, Elvis. That's lame. Gossiping is lame. All right. You guys got me back? You guys got me back? I'll be back. This is the part of our tour where we just stare at the bridge. Welcome to Fulton Ferry Landing. This is where John Roebling loses his foot. Come on out, Lorenzo. It'll be great. Good to see you, Dawn. Yep, I saw the comment. I see all the comments. I can actually go all the way back here. All right, so what park is this? Brooklyn Bridge Park. And that's where we're at right now. We're officially here at Fulton Ferry Landing, where you can grab your NYC ferry. Well, I like the name of this boat. The Friendship Express. You could always make a new friend on the NYC ferry, and it's definitely an express to make friendships. But there it is, our 135-year-old Brooklyn Bridge with the sun going behind the skyline. Boaty McBoatface sometimes. Wow, that boat is packed. Look at that. That is packed. So I'm at Fulton Ferry Landing, and then the park on either side of me, to the left and to the right of me, this is Brooklyn Bridge Park. If I go up the hill behind me, I'm in Brooklyn Heights. And if I go to the right-hand side of the image, we're in Dumbo. We're looking at the East River, and we're looking towards the west. But this is Fulton Ferry Landing. In 1809, Robert Fulton invents a reliable steam engine to be put on a boat. And he begins regular steam ferry service across the across the East River. Yes, you can, Lorenzo. A lot of people do that. That's actually a fun thing to do. I highly recommend doing that. I recommend walk into Brooklyn over the Brooklyn Bridge, grab some pizza, right? Grab some pizza here in Brooklyn, and then you grab yourself a ferry, And then you go back over to Wall Street and you have yourself a cocktail in Wall Street. How about that? Have yourself a beer or a nice stiff drink. But there it is, a 135-year-old Brooklyn. Oh, it has a party on that boat. So before then, the ferries were operated by the wind. They did put steam engines on boats before 1809, but the problem with that was that they were literally putting like locomotive engines on boats, and on a regular basis they would explode, and in the process killing people. So Robert Fulton devises a reliable, lighter weight steam engine to be put on ships. And how much was the fare for what? How much for the fare for the NYC ferry is $2.75. I believe for the water taxi this year, for hop-on, hop-off access all day long, it's $32 or $34. There you go. Yep, $2.75. It's a separate system from the subway, so you cannot use your Metro card on the NYC ferry. And my boat's coming in. I could go home. That's my boat right there. South Brooklyn Line, soon to be retooled to take you to Coney Island next year. That boat will be able to take you out to Coney Island, so that'll be pretty cool. Hear a tour guide somewhere around doing his tour guiding. Hey, let's say hello to Statue. Let's say hello to Statue of Liberty. How long is the Brooklyn Bridge? Between the two main towers, 1,600 feet. And then if we count the on-ramps, it gets to a little over, it's like 1,875 feet if we count the on-ramps. No, we haven't gone to Arthur Avenue just yet. I want to go to Arthur Avenue with Judy Ron and Joey Brooklyn. I think it'll be really cool for the three of us to go out there and explore, because the three of us are never up there in the Bronx very often. So I think it'd be pretty cool. How much in kilometers? 2.1 kilometers if you count the on-ramps to the bridge. But the official name of the bridge, when Washington Roebling submitted his plans, it was called the 1,600-foot span. So that was the unofficial name of it. And of course, when the bridge first opens up, it's called the New York and Brooklyn Bridge. I know I'm good. So I always gotta remember that. I always gotta remember kilometers for everybody. Why do I have a picture of what? A three you guys causing? Oh yeah. We wouldn't be causing trouble. We'll be having fun. We would be having fun. Look at the sun shafts coming through the this is crazy. We have the reflection right here of the sun. Thank you so much, Norm. The reflection of the sun right there, that is number 7 World Trade Center that the sun is reflecting off of. And then if I turn the camera a little bit over here to the left, there is your actual sunset coming through the buildings just at around Wall Street. There's that leaning tower building. Absolutely phantom. Look at this movie set. Look at this movie set right here. Everyone's out here like a movie set. It's like a movie set out here. Okay, let's go a little bit further down here and say hello to remember at the beginning of the stream, everyone, people were screaming he's live. We just had that again. Take a screenshot for tonight. Awesome. 2 sunsets. Welcome to Twilight Zone. That's right. Through the power of the internet. Through the power of the internet. It happened again. Gotta keep moving. But you guys, if we stop, then people want... See, they gotta look... I like about people who like to disrupt live streams is they don't add anything to the... broadcast, you know? They just either very quickly scream out their Instagram handle or whatever, and nobody could understand it. Gotta get back to Brooklyn, Norm. Next time you're in Brooklyn, Norm, let's get together, man. It'll be cool. Yeah, I know, tell them to join on YouTube, yes. And then they go, what's YouTube? That's YouTube. Oh, the dates, it's coming up. Manhattan Henge, I believe, is the 29th. The 29th of May this year. Time to get some more snacks. Yeah, absolutely, Norm, be cool. There's your Empire State Building. Let's do a little tour of the buildings here. There's the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. And then you have your City Municipal Building with the Jenga building behind it, the ugly Verizon building, imposing its view. New York by Frank Gehry. You see the pyramid of the Woolworth Building. And the tallest building, #1 World Trade Center. And we keep on moving over. You got that ridiculously thin building, 180 Maiden Lane. And look, it's an NYC ferry. It's the Sunset Crossing. What an apropos name for that boat right now. Good to see you, Black Rose. Welcome. We're here enjoying the view now from Brooklyn Bridge Park. Happy birthday, Brooklyn Bridge. She's turning 36 years old today. Yep, late May and late July. And actually today was the day Neil deGrasse Tyson put out the official dates for Manhattan Henge. So think about like the last week of May and the last week of July. And if you don't know, the New York City grid, the grid plan, the street plan north of Houston Street is roughly 30 degrees off of true west and east. So as people begin to, let me keep moving here. As you found a nice Airbnb, had a balcony. That'd be awesome. With a perfect view of the bridge. That must have been expensive. A balcony view with the view of the bridge? Where were you, in Brooklyn Heights? Were you in Brooklyn Heights? Look at my Statue of Liberty right over there. Yep, happens twice a year. Because in May, the sunset is continuing to go to kind of like to the north here, and then after that it begins to make its way back for the winter. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, for almost 2 weeks in 2000. Okay. Or for 2 weeks, almost $2,000. Yeah, but you have a view of the bridge. Thank you to the people of France. Thank you, Naboul. Thank you, Naboul, for the statue. Thank you. Manhattan Henge is cool. There's other dates in New York when the sunset lines up with the grid. There's even a Bay Ridge Henge that's going to happen in a few weeks, and yeah, $2,000. But yes, perfect. That sounds like a good price. So $2,000 with a balcony view of the bridge. Oh, stop following me, guys. Everyone thinks I'm like some amazing photographer here, and people are following me with their cameras now. Look at my sunset here. Look at this sunset here. Actually, you know what? This is how I get rid of people. Let me get rid of people right now. I got to get rid of people. How I get rid of people? I climb up these steps right here. And we're going to chill out right here and people watch and take in the view from these granite steps here. This is how I get rid of people. Yeah, I am going to cover Bay Ridge Henge, Dawn. I am going to cover Bay Ridge Henge. I think I have to, because I saw it today on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I got to do that. That's right, subscribe me. Don't follow me, subscribe to me. Oh, that feels good. All right. Let's enjoy the lights of the city come up. That's right. Actually, wasn't the other day, Armed Forces Day was the other day. We're coming up on Memorial Day on Monday. So thank you to all the veterans, and for that matter, all the service members of the fire department, the police, EMS, any government and city workers. Those guys put up with a lot of crap, including our veterans, our armed forces all around the world, keeping us safe, because after all, freedom isn't free, folks. Damn great view, right? Right? Brooklyn Bridge, and then we got our statue. Liberty enlightening the world. In a couple of weeks, we're going to go out to Governor's Island. Beginning next week, Governor's Island on Fridays and Saturdays closes at 10 o'clock at night. And we could watch the sunset from Governor's Island. So we're going to go out to Governor's Island and stay out there nice and late. And we're going to enjoy the view from Governor's Island for a sunset. But yes, thank you so much for your husband's services. And definitely our condolences to the family. It's tough. Oh, even here on the steps, I'm the first person to stand here on the steps, and now everyone's beginning to climb the steps now. Good to see you, Matt. I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the Brooklyn Bridge's birthday right now. And when walking over the bridge, it was a little nuts, but we made it across. Now we're just sitting down on some steps here, enjoying the view of the skyline here. Yes, Governor's Island open at night beginning next week. Fridays and Saturdays, the last Friday and Saturday of every month, the island's going to be opened up until 10 o'clock at night. So we're going to go out there and we're going to watch the sun set from Governor's Island. So that's coming up. Oh, yeah, you can. I think the homes would be closed by that time, but I'm convinced the island's definitely haunted. Definitely some weird stuff going on there. Yes, you are. Yes, you guys are, Lorenzo. You're not the first person to tell me that. Not the first person to say that. Is our Staten Island ferry making its way out towards the Statue of Liberty? Yeah, I'm your eyes and ears here in the city. But here's our sunset going behind the skyline right now. I see I was the first person here on the steps, and now everyone wants to come on the steps now. It took me to come out on the steps to get everyone out on the steps, it looked like. Bloody hell. Let's see if anyone decides to stand directly in front of the camera. If anyone decides to stand directly in front of the camera, we will give them a Darwin Award live here on the live stream. There are lots of stories. I've heard lots of stories, Tracy. I've heard lots of stories of the island, and especially some of the old homes being kind of possessed. People hearing things, people hearing conversations. Especially for the people who do artwork on the island. They've always had these different instances and situations. But you're more than welcome, Tracy. I hope this ends as one single video. I hope this isn't all cut up and all that, but we'll find out when it's done. We'll find out when it's done. Had some signal issues, but we made it through. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. I want to jump in the water, but it's a little cold, and plus, I don't know if you could tell, this thing has a current. But if you want to see people swim in this very body of water, go to my replays, okay? Because I filmed a swimming event that went from the Statue of Liberty out to World Trade Center, and then we did another swim from bloody hell. And then we did another swim from Brooklyn to Staten Island. Absolutely, I could imagine. But I have done videos and made videos from that water showing people swimming. So check out my replays. Look up Urban Swim. Urban Swim. But I am not fit. I could swim, but I am not fit enough to swim in this because this is some major currents here. We have something like an 8 to 16 foot tidal swing here in New York City. We have a similar tidal swing to the Bay of Fundy. Yeah, if one person jumped off the bridge, actually, there was the first person to ever jump off the bridge did it for a publicity stunt. He was some kind of he was some kind of a diver, and he was from Washington State, and he died. He died when he jumped off the bridge, but then like a year later, somebody else jumped off the bridge to impress his girlfriend or something like that. He survived. Most people who jump off the Brooklyn Bridge survive. Yeah, the current is incredibly strong. Yeah, the current's incredibly strong, but the water is clean. To give you an idea of how clean the water is, a few months ago during the winter time, we did have a whale come into New York Harbor. One step forward, 3 steps back, yeah. As people's dogs come around me. I tell you, I'm just causing all the scenes walking around here today with this gimbal. This gimbal always gets the attention. Walk around with a gimbal and everyone thinks you're doing something special. And then yes, that is, I think, wasn't that the 90s that happened? I want to say that's either the 90s or the late 80s that happened. And they found him, like he was living somewhere. He was like in Connecticut or something like that. They found him. It is clean enough to swim in. Yes, it is. It's just the current's really strong. Yeah, harbor in the water. So the watershed. So on the other side of the of the island of Manhattan here, this is the East River. Then on the other side is the Hudson River. The Hudson River is a real river that flows down from upstate New York, and that's a freshwater river. But then the East River is not a real river. It's just a tidal estuary that separates Long Island from Manhattan Island. And over here is your New York Harbor. And yeah, I think it was the 90s. But yeah, somebody jumped off the bridge. I think he faked jumping off the bridge. Like he threw like a mannequin, and they thought it was real or something like that. Yeah, I think it was like it might have been like a marriage thing where like he didn't want to give his wife his money or something like that. No, this isn't where Sully landed the plane. Sully landed the plane up on the Hudson River at around 42nd Street, where the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum is. But the plane did drift all the way down the Hudson River, and they tied it up to the seawall on the other side of the island here, just north of the World Trade Center. And I have pictures of that. I came here with my big camera and took pictures of that. Yep, that was on the Hudson River. Right, he threw a dummy, right? It was like he threw a dummy, then they couldn't find him, and then they ended up finding him like he was like partying somewhere in Connecticut. Which is the cleanest? Well, it's all relative. It's all relative. I mean, the Hudson River and the East River. I mean, the East River and the Hudson River and the harbor. They're all pretty much the same bodies of water. So they're pretty much all equally similarly clean. You got to get up to the Rockaways where we actually touch the ocean for it to be a different kind of water. And yes, did Kramer and Elaine swim in here? Learn something new every day. Yeah, they tied it up to the seawall. They used massive like ropes and stuff like that. But you remember that episode? What? Oh, they caught him 3 years later. Yeah, okay. There you go. Caught him 3 years later. You could always run, but you can't hide. You can't hide. Sunset's in about 15 minutes. The official sunset is in about 15 minutes. I was hoping for some more clouds, but we don't got too many clouds. When I left the house, there were a lot more clouds. And where do you attach it? You just tie it around the plane. Just tied it around the fuselage, and they used airbags to get that plane out of the water because the wings still had fuel inside of them. So they didn't want to rupture the wings. And is Judy Ron here? Everyone follow Judy Ron. Is Judy Ron here? Statue of Liberty looking absolutely amazing. Oh, you think he's streaming? Okay. Oh, just posting all the boys. Okay, cool. Ooh. Got some jet skis in the water. Yeah, around the body you tie up the plane. Exactly. Got some jet skiers out there. Looks like those jet skiers just cut off the Circle Line ferry. And Jesus Christ, there you go. Run in front of the camera. There they go. Everyone's got to run in front of the damn camera now. You can go on a jet skiing tour here, and the jet skiing tour is surprisingly intense because it's you have the currents, you have the current of the water, so it's like a workout. So there's a 90-minute tour and a 3-hour tour. I took the 3-hour tour, and that thing was a workout. What's it called? Only One New York. The name of the movie is Only One New York from 1964. That is a fun movie. Only One New York, Jan's Yor. It's about a Frenchman visiting New York City for the first time. And you see all the different cultures and people, and it's a really cool snapshot of what the city looked like in 1964. The movie actually begins with people demolishing a building in Lower Manhattan. So it's this kind of crazy dichotomy of the beginning of the destruction for building that new city that is here today. But yes, Only One New York, Jan's Yor from 1964. That's one of my favorite movies, and I'm pretty sure it's here on YouTube. If not on YouTube, it's on archive.org. Might have to find that. Might have to find that here on YouTube and share it out. But if I had to be anywhere in New York City history, was it for the unveiling of the Statue of Liberty? No. Was it for the opening of the Empire State Building? No. I want to be here for the opening of the Brooklyn Bridge. Such a big party, such a big day. Everyone had the day off here in Brooklyn. And it is on YouTube? Yeah. I'm gonna have to share it out for you guys. I'm gonna have to share that out because I love that movie. Black and white. It's black and white. It's narrated so cool. There's even a scene where they're building the Verrazano Bridge, and it's a really nice snapshot of what the city was and what the city is. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I'll put that up there. I'll put it up there. It's nice out here. The breeze is really nice and refreshing. The boats pitter-patting by nicely, relaxingly. Beautiful day to wish the Brooklyn Bridge a birthday. Remember during the MP3 experiment, this is where we ran through that big group of people, giving everyone high fives. Everyone lined up on the sides, and that was so cool. Let's see where the MP3 experiment's going to happen this year. You Remember standing on the bus of the USS United States coming into New York Harbor, crying when you saw this. I hear that's you rode this the SS United States into the harbor. That's wild. Ah, Tracy Taylor with the link. Yes, thank you so much, Tracy. If you've never seen that movie, watch that movie. It's a fantastic movie. Wow, you remember standing on the bow. Wow, that is amazing. Exactly. Your pitter patter boats. That means exactly, Tracy. Wow, wife getting ready for work now. Nice. Works overnight, huh? Don't work too hard. Matt's wife, don't work too hard. Nabul with the link. Let's see. Is that the same link? Yes, it is. QTM. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same link. Oh, that's awesome. And it's Only One New York, about a Frenchman visiting New York City. I like the line where he goes, "The lady in the harbor, she's French, like me." Crazy liberal New York City got a big French lady standing in the harbor. These crazy liberals out here. There's any movie I have to recommend about the building of the Brooklyn Bridge is, of course, Brooklyn Bridge by Ken Burns. Unfortunately, that is not on YouTube anymore. They took that off of YouTube. I think the estate of Ken Burns took that off of YouTube. But I think if you have Hulu, I think it's on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. It was wild. Yeah, I could imagine. Coming into New York Harbor and the USS United States. I mean, that's like the zenith of like American culture, and it's such a time and place. What was that? The mid 50s or maybe the mid 60s? That must have been amazing. To sit on the bow. Right, life is better with a crazy French lady. I have to agree. But to come into New York Harbor on the bow of the SS United States, that must have been amazing. That must have been just so awe-inspiring, such a reaffirmation of life, if you will. You're more than welcome, Sonny. I like doing these. I'm a tour guide here in New York, so this helps me be able to communicate with all you guys, to help me refine my tour. And yeah, I love doing live streams. I've been now doing live streams now for 4 years, and I have to say I've definitely perfected my craft over the last few years. And hopefully we'll do a nice long marathon live stream for the Mermaid Parade this year. But a beautiful view. Oh, the tourists. Sleek and Easy of 1920 looks fun. What is Sleek and Easy? Sleek and Easy of the 1920s looks fun. Well, so the 1920s was a fun time. Before the Great Depression. Absolutely, Lorenzo. Yeah, Mermaid Parade. Coming up the 22nd of June. And then the day before that, it's our first Fireworks Friday. Being, again, a great movie shot in New York City. I'm going to check that out. The late 60s you came in here in the USS United States. Nice. Or SS United States. Oh, look at the ferry coming across. You as a kid. Wow, that's awesome. That must have been awesome to take that boat in. And I've heard stories about that SS United States. And that was like definitely like I said, a moment in time for U.S. culture, American culture. You were standing with your arms outstretched like in Titanic. Nice. On the bow. That's what I'm talking about. As the lights of the Brooklyn Bridge turn on. That must have been fun. Now I wish I could have walked up the bridge. There used to be a footbridge that would take me from down here up onto Brooklyn Heights, but unfortunately that bridge is gone, so we got to go around. Nope. Not like the Bulls. Nope. All right, let's make our way. Since we're in twilight now and the sunset is right now, it's going behind the clouds. What we're gonna do is, the ship was beautiful. Came in from France. Nice. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna make our way up Brooklyn Heights, and yeah, let's keep on going. Let's go into Brooklyn Heights for Norm. Oh, and if you want to know where these steps came from, this is really cool. Look at this, guys. You guys ready for some really cool random history? So look at this, guys. So the steps I've been sitting on the whole time were 300 pieces of salvaged granite constructed from the bridge connecting Roosevelt Island and Queens. How crazy is that? Some food for thought. But yes, let's walk up into Brooklyn Heights and get some views from the heights, and then we'll walk through the quiet tree-lined streets of Brooklyn Heights. Such a pretty bridge indeed. Lily's in the house. Good to see you, Lily. Welcome. Let's make our way over to Brooklyn Heights. We're going to make our way into Brooklyn Heights. Now we're going to walk through the park. Beautiful view indeed. Not done with the live stream just yet. Doing great, Lily. Hopefully you're doing great too. Let's walk right through this field here. Look at this amazing view here of our Brooklyn Bridge. Awesome, that's great, Lily. Thanks for tuning on in. Look at our beautiful Brooklyn Bridge as we walk down the big hill, the lawn here in Brooklyn Bridge Park. You can see the people on the bridge. Look at the people on the bridge. Isn't that cool? We were just up there. The signal was kind of weird up there, but we made it. We made it. We're gonna go to the neighborhood where Norm's sister. Norm out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Norm's sister lives up here in Brooklyn Heights. Now, I know this sounds super random, but happy Memorial Day weekend indeed. Tube is better on TV. Absolutely, Norm. Do we have any fans of the little band named Bananarama? Who remembers Bananarama and who likes the band? Do we have some Bananarama fans out there? Because we're going to see some hallowed ground for Bananarama coming up right now. You remember them? They were okay. They were okay. Oh no. They were more than okay. From the 80s. Big Bananarama fan. All right, Tracy. All right. I'm gonna make your brains work. You remember them? How can you not remember Bananarama? Look at that view of the Empire State Building. Yep, it was a girl band. Yes, it was. I forget if they were from England or Australia. You was in love with Karen. There you go. Look at that beautiful Empire State Building view. Right there. That was their second hit. Yes. That was their second hit. But we're going to go to the location of their... Oh, they were from England. Okay. They're from jolly old England there. All right. Let's make our way up the block here. Because I'm going to look crazy on a street corner right now, everybody. I am about to look crazy on a street corner. Like we always do. Whether it be talking to statues or walking around with a gimbal. Bloody hell. Let's walk up to Cruel Summer. That's right, Tracy. That is right. Coming up on the next corner is the filming location for that music video, Cruel Summer. And I'm going to play out the video right now. And if anyone wants to share the link in the chat, please feel free. Please feel free to share the link in the chat. I guys got like 10 seconds across the street here. All right. You like the Bengals more? All right. So now we're back to Old Fulton Street here. And right here is where the girls were working on a truck, on an 18-wheeler truck. And it looks exactly the same. It looks exactly the same. The girls dance. The girls dance down there, and if it's frozen, restart the stream. The girls dance down there along the waterfront. They walk up the street here. They climb on the roof over there. And then if we turn around over here, do you guys have me? Do you guys have me? Thank you so much, Tracy. I don't think you ever lost me to begin with, so that might be on your end. Yeah, I've been back. I don't think I've ever lost a signal. I don't know. There might have been something on YouTube's end. But, so then the 18-wheeler, you see an 18-wheeler come down the street right here with a truck like looking all dangerous. That's the camera looking up the street right here with the 18-wheeler. But the girls are working on the car, right? On the truck cab right here. And basically this whole area looks exactly the same as it did back in 1984. So when you watch that video, the girls are right here. Yeah, you guys supposed to be for like maybe a second there. All right, let's go up the hill. Let's get our workout going here. Let's go up to Brooklyn Heights. And the reason why it's called Brooklyn Heights is because we're on the heights of a hill. Oh, signal drop when he was getting the link to the video. Okay, awesome. All right, now you remember that video? It's kind of amazing how I was really nervous that we were going to lose that building, but when they remodeled it for a bar grill, I was so elated. I was so happy. Look at this hill I got to climb right now. Look at this massive hill. I'm so used to going down this hill all the time. I never go up this hill. The bridge has been in many movies. Godzilla destroyed it back in 1999. It was also destroyed in I Am Legend. Yeah, get it on your Spotify list. This hill's a workout, boy. We're gonna go actually up and over the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Yep, New York has hills. Remember, Manhattan is derived from the Native American word Manahatta, which means land of many hills. Exactly, Tracy. Bananarama, Cruel Summer. That is the video. And I think Tracy put the link in the chat. There it goes. Thank you so much for the link, Tracy. And you can see how little that corner has changed since 1984. And if you're lagging behind in the comments, restart the video, refresh the video, and that should help you get right back in, get you around the lag. It would bring back some memories. Yeah, now I'm getting exercise. I'm going up this stupid hill. Let's see, the bridge is still there. The footbridge is still there. You could go to an old video that's called The Bounciest Bridge in Brooklyn. And we walked on the footbridge down there. Exactly. Exactly, Tracy. Ah, look. Yes, Brooklyn Heights. You see that townhouse right there in the corner? That recently sold for the bargain basement price of $44 million. Good to see you, Adam. Welcome. Let's see the Statue of Liberty one more time. Here it is. We're now directly above the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. Yeah. I won't roll down the hill. It'll be fine. Now we're looking out over Brooklyn Bridge Park, over the BQE. That's why you hear the cars all underneath me right now. Let's walk down the promenade for a little bit. Let's walk down the promenade and slowly make my way back to the subway. Head on back home. Yeah, $44 million in New York. It's a steal for the entire, that's for the entire townhouse with this view. Even though I don't know if I would want to live there when they begin to do the reconstruction work on the BQE. So the temperature right now is nice and warm. We're still in the 70s, it feels like. Probably 71 still, Fahrenheit. So, really nice out here. Thank you so much, Norm. Not done yet. We're gonna walk down the promenade for a little bit. And then we'll make our way over to the subway, where we always end our videos, inside the subway. Thank you so much, Blondie. It's my pleasure. Look at this view. Look at this view, guys. Oh, there's a really cool picture here. You think, I don't know who SJP is. Look at that view. And then look at this. They have a picture here. They have a picture here of the bridge's construction. That's so cool. Isn't that a great view? Oh, Sarah, is that Sarah Jessica Parker? You're saying SJP? I don't think she lives out here. I thought she lived over on Bleecker Street or something like that. I thought she lived in West Village. Oh, you took a walking tour out here in Brooklyn Heights? Awesome. So that means you saw Truman Capote's house, right? Because we're right by Truman Capote's house. Oh, what a lovely day to walk along the promenade. Promenade soon to be gone. As they're gonna redo it all. Right, always great views from up here. Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, you know what, Tracy? They have to redo it though, because this whole structure is anchored into the cliff right here to my left-hand side. So they literally haven't checked this structure since it was completed in 1955. So, oh yeah, it'll be great, boss. It would be great. So this structure is definitely getting critical. Something like 190,000 vehicles pass beneath my feet every day on this stretch of the BQE. So it is used and traveled, to say the least. Yeah, they have to check it. They have to rebuild it. But this stretch of the BQE did win the General Motors Better Highways Award back in 1961. All right, I'm on Clark. We'll go down to Pierpont. Let's get some last views here. Yeah, we're all for structural soundness. I think we all are, but it's not going to be pleasant to live here when they're building it. You never saw the house? Wow, okay. Did you at least see the fake townhouse? That's the ventilation shaft for the subway. I hope they showed you that on your walking tour. Oh yeah. Oh my God, Blondie, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I love doing this, so it's a win-win for everybody. Thank you so much. Look at this, everything is turning on now. Let's look at the lights of the city, folks. All the lights of the city are turning on now. I average around 1,500 to 15,000 to maybe 11,000 steps a day. Thank you so much, Blondie, for the super chat. Look at the Empire State Building turning on. It just turned on. There's your Empire State Building again. So to give everyone an idea, we started over there, we walked across the bridge, we walked through the park down here, and now we're up here on the promenade. I do the walking so you don't have to. And I cannot wait to go to Governor's Island for a sunset. It will be fun. Look at this townhouse. Who wouldn't want to live in this? Look at those windows. Big old windows on this thing. I'll take it. I'll take 2, please. Yep, great walk sitting on your couch, right? What? They didn't show you the building that's a ventilation shaft? There's we're gonna have to come in here and do it. There's a building down on Pierpont Street, and it's a ventilation shaft for the 2-3 subway. And it's basically a townhouse that doesn't have windows, but it looks like a townhouse. But it's a ventilation shaft for the subway. All right, we're coming up to Pierpont, and Pierpont is where we will leave our promenade. We'll make our way towards the subway, as we always do. It sounds like an episode of Seinfeld, right? I don't know what they were showing you on that walking tour. I'm trying to figure out now. What's it been? Yeah, the vent shaft house. The mystery of the vent shaft house. Boy, it feels like summer out here already. It totally feels like summer. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Pretty expensive to live around here, needless to say. All right. Doesn't get more New York than that. Yeah, Brooklyn, the whole city's real estate has kind of gone nuts the last 10, 15 years. The whole city. So it's not just Brooklyn. It sounds like a Hardy Boys mystery. The secret vent. The mystery of the secret vent building. All right. We're going to get ready to say goodbye to our beautiful skyline views. A lot of people out on the promenade tonight. It's nice. Everyone taking it in. All right, one last time. Statue of Liberty with Governor's Island in the foreground on the left-hand side. And then we begin to rotate to the right-hand side. The Staten Island Ferry is coming into the shot now. There's the Staten Island Ferry and South Ferry, Whitehall Street. And then, of course, we have our beautiful Lower Manhattan with #1 World Trade Center as the tallest building. And we even have that really, really thin building that's leaning 3 inches to the right-hand side. And then we keep on going up. There's the Jenga building, 80 Leonard Street. Then our beautiful Brooklyn Bridge. And then off in the distance, the Empire State Building. That was a long walk, huh, guys? That was a long walk. We did a nice long walk for you guys. Good thing I wore my walking shoes. All right. Goodbye, Skyline. I will see you on Tuesday when I go back to work. Because the next few days I'll be in Coney Island, damn it. Oh, it's so nice down here. All right. Let's go into Brooklyn Heights. Into the quickly darkening Brooklyn Heights. And we're going to walk down Pierpont Street now. You almost got tired. Exactly. You almost got tired, Lorenza. Time to go back to the subway. Now, watch how different this neighborhood changes. Now we're in Brooklyn Heights. As you see, it's nice and quiet. It's very peaceful back here. But we're just a few blocks away from downtown Brooklyn. And then it gets nice and loud again. Hey, like, yeah, good. I give everyone the best couch exercise on my live streams. You get the best couch exercise. What I recommend is if you have like a treadmill, put me on the big screen in front of your treadmill, and you can imagine you're walking right here with me. Right? Wouldn't that be fun? Just get yourself a treadmill And you could walk with me. Yes, it's pretty nice and pretty at twilight, right? The Balms of Brooklyn. Oh, nice. Nice, Tracy. That's awesome. Hey, you can make believe you're with me hanging out here. Here's Willow Street. This is where Truman Capote has his house a few blocks down from here. Oh, nice. Walking with the Dutch. That's right. Jesus Christ. Those cars' headlights are bright as hell. Oh, I can't see anything for a second there. Yeah, when we ride the ferry again, I'll make sure to tell everyone, get your rowing machines out. Get your rowing machines out. Ooh, as the streetlights come on. And it wouldn't be a live stream here in New York City if we didn't go under scaffolding. If I hit the Mega Millions, yeah, I'll probably buy a little property out here in the Heights. I want to stay in my own neighborhood. I want to buy the gingerbread house, damn it. I want to buy the gingerbread house. Yeah, blinded by the light. Yeah. Bloody hell. How quiet and peaceful it is here. Let's see if our friend the owl is still here. There's an owl. So this is Brooklyn Heights. Park Slope is about 2.5 miles in this direction up here to the south of us. Just to the south of us. But if we were going to take the streets, we would go through Burham Hill, Carroll Gardens, and then we'll be in Park Slope. Yes, you can use an electric bike on our tours. We do offer pedal assist electric bikes on our bicycle tour. Here's the owl. Hi, owl. It's Owly Owl. Oh, what do you think, Tracy? You think I'm not going to decorate that house for Christmas? Of course I'm going to decorate that house for Christmas. There's no way I could own that house and not decorate it up for Christmas. But I have to be careful because it's a landmarked building, so I'll have to keep landmarks preservation in mind when installing the lights. But if I hit the Mega Millions, I'll have the money to do that, so. Yes, New York City scaffolding, always in season. Yeah, no, I can't wait for the houses. You know, the houses in Bay Ridge every year are doing it up more and more. It feels like we may have hit peak decorations out in Dyker Heights. Victorian decor, that's right. Samara, good to see you. You'll do a Hansel and Gretel theme? Hansel and Gretel theme with lights. That's interesting. All right. Almost to my subway already. As we cross over Henry Street right now. It's an absolutely gorgeous night out here in New York. Can't wait to go home, break open some beers. Oh, they're around. Yeah, they're around. No, we actually passed a bunch. Excuse me. We passed a bunch of police officers in the park and all that, but you know, I don't put the camera. I try to keep people out of the camera shot, so I do a really good job of keeping people out of frame. What you didn't see when we were on the Brooklyn Bridge was when I was showing you guys the plaque with Emily Washington and John Roebling's names on it. There was a woman who was letting her child play at my feet, and this mother, she was determined to get onto the camera, but you guys never saw her because I know how to excuse me, I know how to keep people out of the shot. That thing is so tall. Yeah, now they're all blocking the bridge. Yeah. No, she's letting her son like play with like a little truck, and he was rolling the truck like right, practically on my feet. And but I kept her out of the shot, so you guys didn't see. You might have seen the very, very top of her hair if you looked really closely, but I think I kept her out of the shot. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. That's how I know that this is now we know the latency. Thank you so much, Tracy. Whenever I sneeze, that's our latency test. The Brooklyn Historical Society is right here. No, we didn't bring up food tonight. No, we didn't talk about food tonight. Amazingly enough, we didn't talk about food tonight. This building here, we got to do a live stream inside of here. We got to do a live stream inside of the Brooklyn Historical Society. Look at this awesome building. That's a cool old school building. Yeah, I know it's a first, right? It's a record. Yeah, timing test. Exactly, it's a latency test. And look at that, just like that. We're amongst all the tall buildings now. This is brand new. This whole building right here went up in like 10 months. Craziness. I know, why? What's wrong with this? Quick, I know, we only got a block and a half until I get into the subway. We didn't talk about pretzels or hot dogs or anything like that. It was the history we wanted to talk about. It was the history of the bridge we wanted to talk about. Yeah, we got to do a stream inside of the Brooklyn Historical Society. There, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to live stream from. But I'll send them an email. I'll shoot them an email. See if I could do a live stream in there, proper live stream for those guys in there. And just like that, we are back downtown Brooklyn. We went from Lower Manhattan, City Hall, and now we're in downtown Brooklyn, and we're going to end at another City Hall. Brooklyn's City Hall, that is, because after all, Brooklyn was a city until the mistake of 1898. Out of 122,000 votes cast by Brooklynites to either be part of New York City or be its own city, to become part of New York City, that only passed by something like 50 votes, something crazy like that. There you go, Tracy. Guy Heyman. Driving those roads of America, good to see you. We are just finishing up our walk. We're gonna now walk across the street, then go underground. And we're gonna grab our subway and go home. That vote was in 1898. 1898. Ooh, they were filming something here. What were they filming? Oh, they were filming in the Heights. How appropriate, because we're in the Heights. I try to be the bomb. Thank you so much. Blondie, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Yep, there's Brooklyn City Hall right down there. Brooklyn City Hall. Today it's called Beddoe Hall. And then whenever I have to do jury duty, I come into this building right over here. Who knows how many miles I just walked? Let me see. Let me try to do the math really quick. I think I walked about 4 or 5 miles. I'm so glad you're here watching, Samara. Look at it. It's all deserted out here right now. Yeah, the location scout got it right. So we went from one city hall to another city hall, even though this city hall's a lot younger. This city hall was built in the 1840s and 50s. And this was our original skyscraper district right over here. All right. Now it's time to go underground. Let's hop on the subway. Looking straight, let's look straight down Court Street. If we go straight down Court Street, we will be in Park Slope. So you will go through Burham Hill, Carroll Gardens, and then Park Slope. If we go straight down the street right here, like I said, we're about 2.5, 3 miles away from Park Slope. But let's walk underground. Let's get into the subway because I want to go home now. I want to go home and have a beer. I want to go home and drink a beer. So for tomorrow, we're going to be in Coney Island all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. I'll be in Coney Island tomorrow, and on Monday, we will celebrate the Wonder Wheel's 99th birthday. How fun is that? Yeah, we gotta find Mrs. Calabash down here in the subway. We gotta find her down here in the subway somewhere. How far to about 6 miles. I'll be on the subway for about 25 minutes. Da 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 da. Coney Island, baby. Gotta try to make sure to keep the cursing, yelling guy out of the frame. He is freaking out. Oh, good to see you, Meg. Thanks for tuning on in. That's my new tactic, by the way. Whenever we get the crazy screaming guy, and it's like going la 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 la. You're more than welcome, Sonny. Thank you so. I know he'll zuck me. I gotta be careful. This is a fun walk. Wow, he is screaming. Holy cow. This ain't Disney World, folks. This ain't Disney. Well. He survived another live stream. You survived another live stream. All the crazies are always in the ground. Yeah, don't curse on the broadcast, dude. Random crazy dude in the street, please don't curse. We walked about 6 miles. Oh no, is this my ride already? No, other way. I don't have a Fitbit. Yay! Yay! Look at this old school sign. Another fun and very active live stream. Sorry about some of the technical difficulties that we had, especially on the bridge. Hopefully this video will be just one video. If not, I'll relabel them. But it was fun. This is where I sit down at the end of all of our live streams. And I'm king of the subway. I'm king of the subway. Yes. We did it. We did it. Well, got a few more minutes here until my train comes. Can't wait to go home and drink a beer. I want to drink a beer now. You're more than welcome. I'm the king of the subway. You see, the Tim Tracker likes to be king of the bus. You see this? I'm king of the subway. Look at this brick and mortar that I'm all alone in right now. What kind of beer? I'll be drinking Sierra Nevada Torpedoes. If there's anything I love from California, it's an ice cold Sierra Nevada Torpedo. Sierra Nevada Torpedoes could be found in your local store. Warriors, that's right. You're more than welcome, Chris. Everyone follow Chris MG, and she's a fantastic YouTuber in Grenada. And you want to follow Naboul. He's a fantastic YouTuber out there in the south of France. I am going to rub my feet. My wife will rub my feet later, and I will torture her, making her rub my feet. No. It was awesome. Thank you so much, Dawn, for tuning on in. My wife likes to rub my feet to make me make noises. I don't make like sexy noises. I make like ow noises, but like she knows she's releasing the pain. So yes, it's better to be king of the subway than king of the bus. Absolutely, Tracy. Absolutely. You're more than welcome, Nibble. Everyone follow Nibble. It was fun. I go ow. It's like a cat in pain, you know, when the cats are doing those weird sounds. I kind of like that. And if she's watching this, she's like shaking her head like, oh, God. Yeah, exactly. TMI. Exactly. TMI. Thank you so much, Dawn. It was the only Brooklyn Bridge tour to see. It was the only Brooklyn Bridge tour to see. Exactly. I know, Phantom. There you go. Follow Chris MG. There's her channel link right there. It'll be good stuff. She does amazing videos. Nabul does amazing videos. They all do amazing videos. See, they hear me talking to myself and they walk away. They get scared of me. I should act crazy. I was on for 2 hours. Yeah, we started at 6:30. It's now 8:42. So 2 hours and 12 minutes. We did today. It was good. Oh, I could feel the wind of my train coming. I could feel the wind of my train coming right now as it comes out of the Montague Street Tunnel. The Montague Street Tunnel was built in 1919 or 1920. Ah, awesome. I'm glad you could say that too. Yes, everyone was here. You guys, all of you guys were here with me here in Brooklyn to celebrate the Bridge's birthday. All of you guys were with me through the power of the internet, up really late, 2:44 in the morning out there in France, 1:44 in the morning out there in the United Kingdom. Thanks for staying up late, guys. Pulling an all-nighter. I could feel the wind from my train. Here it comes, coming out of the Montague Street Tunnel. My chariot has a way to is approaching. This was fun. This was fun. I'm glad you guys stuck with me. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was certainly a pleasure for me. You're fading fast. Me too. Don't forget, have a great Brooklyn day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones. Cherish the moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Coney Island, folks. Bye-bye.